Almost there. All right, we are live. Hello, everybody. This is MotoGarage's MotoMeet number 8. We've got some exciting stuff tonight. We've got a new team member, and we've got some stuff from Mark. So we're very excited to introduce him and hear what Mark has to say. So first of all, two quick introductions. I'm Matt Milford. I'm kind of one of the co-founders here. Helping with the structure, MotoGarage, and the dream behind it. The gentleman with the headphones on, that is Mark Milford. He's our IT and networking guru. The two lovely ladies, there's Katie Milford and there's Lauren Hale. Katie is the head of accounting and the legal department of us. She's really laid the foundation legally for MotoGarage. Lauren has been doing a wonderful job with the marketing. We've got some events coming up and in preparation that she's planning. And then the new gentleman right there is Mr. Greg Sokol.
What's that?
He is a mechanic, so he is quite the addition to our team. And I'll let him do his full introduction here in a second. What I want to talk about real quick, if this is your first time tuning in, what we're creating is a motorcycle community garage. In that you'll be able to work on your own motorcycle, you'll be able to learn how to work on your own motorcycle, and the shop would be fully dynamic in a way that you'll feel like you have a part and a say in how it operates. We're creating a shop that you feel you can belong to in a way that is different than anything I've ever seen or anybody we've ever seen before. So it's an entirely new project. We're coming close to fruition. We are in contract negotiations. We are super close. So hopefully we'll have some big announcements coming up. But with that being said, I want to go straight to the man of the hour, Mr. Greg Sokol. So why don't you take it off here and tell us about yourself, your background, what you're doing, why you approached us, and your role with MotoGarage and what you're excited about.
I love how you said I'm the man of the hour. It just makes me feel so important. Yeah, I'm actually really excited to be here. What's up, guys? My name's Greg. I grew up in Chicago. I'll give you a little bit of history on my mechanical background and everything like that for starts. I started working on cars and bikes and things like that back when I was like 14 or 15 in an auto shop and things like that in high school. I was telling you guys earlier, my parents would not allow me to ride a motorcycle unless I built one. That's what they said, so I built one. And I was just obsessed with Jesse James and things like Monster Garage, so I've just always loved to tinker with things. After high school, I went to college for a little while, and then ended up dropping out of school and just saying, you know what, I want to be a mechanic, that's what I want to do. I went to Universal Technical Institute here in Glendale Heights, the auto diesel program. While I was there, I got a job at a local motorcycle shop. So it's pretty cool to get a dynamic between working on cars and trucks, things like that, and also getting the experience day-to-day working at a bike shop. Following UTI, I actually got into their Porsche program, the German cars, the motor in the wrong place, and went down to Atlanta, got factory trained there. I actually worked at a Honda dealership too while I was down there. After graduation, moved back to Chicago, worked in dealerships for a little while, and ended back up working at an independent motorcycle shop. Unfortunately, I got hurt on the job, which is why I'll be teaching the safety classes training course at MotoGarage. But after that, I ended up going back to school, and a buddy approached me about starting a website, a web-based place called Riderhawk, which we're working on right now. Website is not out. It will be out soon, though. We started off as a Facebook group, and really it's just to connect the motorcycle community. Me and my buddy Mike, we always went to motorcycle shows. We were always going riding, but we just found it was really hard to, get more involved. And even in my shop experience before, I always found people being like, where do I go to do this, or where do I find people who ride this stuff? So we're trying to really just create a place where all that is made possible. And in doing that, I actually stumbled upon MotoGarage's Facebook page, and I just immediately was like, I want to get involved with these guys. This looks so cool. I've heard of DIY shops, but I didn't even know there was motorcycle ones. And I emailed Matt, and just right away, it was just awesome. We ended up going out to lunch, got a burger, got a beer, talked shop, talked bikes. And yeah, I really just hit it off with the whole team. It was so cool. Everything that you guys are about is just amazing. And I wanted to really get involved in any skills or anything I have to put forth to the team and to the shop. So pretty much what I'll be handling, I'm working with, obviously, you guys on the tool lists and shop equipment and stuff like that. Really just trying to cover all the basics, so when someone comes in there to work on their bike, they have everything from a mechanic, myself, to all the shops and all the tools and equipment available for them. And yeah, so I just can't wait to kick all this off and start everything. I'm super excited. And oh, classes too. I'm very excited to work with people and teach people in classes and things like that. I always found when I was doing side work that people were always interested in sitting there and watching me do the side work on their bike. And I was like, wow, that'd be really great if there was a place where people could actually do that and learn about this stuff. And that's the one thing I really felt that I was missing when I worked in dealerships and things like that, where a relationship with a customer, and a relationship with their vehicle. I don't know, and especially people with bikes, as you guys know, people's bikes, it's like their kid. I mean, it's like their love. You know, and they always want to learn about it and talk about it and everything. So being able to teach classes and things like that and have an open environment and people and different bikes, and I don't know, I'm just super, super excited for it all. And I'm supposed to mention what I ride. So right now I'm riding a 93 BMW K75 Cafe Racer, which had a lot of problems. Picked it up for a couple $100, put a new clutch in it and everything, so that's going to be ready to go soon, I hope. And I got a Yamaha Virago bobber, and two of them actually. One's running, the other one's a project. I have always just have too many projects. So anyone who comes to the shop with questions about projects, I can sit there and talk for hours about projects. So, but anyway, yeah, I'm just really happy that I was able to get involved in everything, and I'm just really excited for everything to come through and start up. So.
Perfect.
That's my spiel.
Yeah, you know,
He's single and likes long walks on the beach.
Oh my God.
He forgot to mention that key fact.
What is that key fact?
Single and likes tattooed women.
Oh yes, yes, of course. My bad.
Sorry, not bad.
Yeah, so when we decided to go live last October with this idea, you know, the core team here, we had to, you know, we were faced with an option of either waiting till we had the facility and launching or starting early. And we ended up deciding to start early and then launch the idea early and kind of show the community development for a couple of reasons. And the biggest reason is to bring the community in. And we've had lots of people come in, send us emails, very excited for it. We're participating in multiple forums where we've got advice from all over the world. A guy from Australia, a guy from Washington, you know, a gentleman from St. Louis who's going to come up. We've gotten all kinds of help from the community. But it was really exciting for Mr. Greg to reach out to us, because not only does Greg have the motorcycle passion, he's also got the passion, the motorcycle passion, and the knowledge. He's, you know, a fully trained, accredited mechanic. Unlike Mark and I, we're kind of the garage mechanics.
Just a test. It's not that hard, I promise.
That's what he says, but you know, I've had zero successful attempts working on a Porsche, but we'll see how we match up when the shop opens.
Yeah.
But, when Greg approached us, you know, it was really great, because he not only has the knowledge and the passion, but he understands the dream of what we're creating. You know, we're creating a community shop. We're the foundation, the core being of it is going to be the community, and that's how we're going to develop this forward. And we've got some really neat stuff coming up, but he understands it, and it's a huge asset to our team. You know, he's bringing his mechanical knowledge in a way that none of us had before. So now we've got a fully a full equipment tool list we're going to use to supply the shop. We're able to, when we look at facilities, we're able to have him kind of explain the orientation a typical shop would have in terms of efficiency, in terms of how he sees the shop to operate, and to have someone who's actually spent a lot of years in a shop is it's been tremendous. So we're excited to have Greg on board. We're excited to have Greg teach safety class and other classes. We're excited to have him on our team, and we're super pleased. So thank you, Greg. Thank you for that awesome introduction, and we're super happy, and I'm sure everyone else is too. So with that being said, you'll now start seeing Greg. He's got some neat stuff that we'll be releasing soon. That's pretty neat. So the next thing I want to talk about is Mark's. He's got something up his sleeve, and I'm really excited about what Mark's going to talk about. One of the functionalities of the shop that I think we have to have is what Mark is about to explain. And hopefully I'll try to draw him back. He gets too detail specific, in which I don't even understand. If I can keep him up to the sky level, I'll be able to understand what he's saying. But Mark, take it away.
Okay, thanks, Matt, for that introduction. And before we start, I'd like to say two things. Greg, I hope in the future you do put a carburetor class together, because I have a really good talent of trying to repair a carburetor, a broken carburetor, and instead of coming out with a fixed carburetor, I have carburetor parts. That's all I end up having. So if you could put together some kind of
bolts bin is for, though. That's where all the extra bolts go.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm good at making carburetor parts from broken carburetors. It's about as good as I can get. And then the second thing is I'm going to do a live demo of what I'm going to talk about. And it's worked a million times, but live demos always end up breaking, so if it breaks, just bear with me. But essentially, one of the ideas of MotoGarage is when you rent a bay, that bay, we want it to feel comfortable for you. We want it to feel like you're in your own garage, or you're in your own area. And one way MotoGarage is going to differentiate from a different shop is that you'll have a computer at every bay. From going online to forums and asking questions, to pulling up parts manuals, to playing Pandora, your favorite station, whatever, in your little bay, it'll create that sense of, hey, this is my personal space. And one of the challenges we faced going into MotoGarage with this idea was, okay, let's say someone uses a computer and they put a couple documents in a desktop, like a shop manual, or they write notes on a notepad on their desktop saying, hey, I'm in the middle of a brake job, I broke this caliper bolt, but they don't finish their job, move the bike out of the bay, say bay 1, and then they come the next day, well, there's, Joe Schmo is working on his bike in bay 1, the only bay that's open is bay 4, well, oh no, all my stuff's on that computer in bay 1. Well, I think we solved it with using Microsoft, their server, Active Directory, and Roaming Profile. What happens is when you become a new customer or member of MotoGarage, or you want to work on your bike there, you'll get a username and password. Your username will typically be your email, but and then you can log into the computer, and whatever you put in your desktop or your drive or whatever, when you log off, it'll get saved, and you'll like a different computer, it'll move to that computer. That way it feels like you just took off where you left off. It has that feeling of, oh, this is my bay. It doesn't matter which bay you're using, which computer, it'll feel like your personalized settings from your, say you have favorites, and God help us, you're using Internet Explorer, or you have your docs on a desktop, or whatever. It doesn't matter what computer you're on, it'll move over. So with that said, I'm going to do a brief 2-minute demo, and what you're going to see. Let me share it, and then Matt, you can give me or someone give me confirmation that you can see everything.
Yep, we're good.
So what you're looking at here are 2 different machines running. And just imagine, let's say this is bay 1 and this is bay 2. So the first machine, you want to log in, and you punch in your password, and it'll start up. And of course, there'll be a default background, a default login picture, user picture, but that's all customizable. Say you have a specific motorcycle you're working on, you change your background, or your girlfriend, or whatever, you can change it on there. So as you see already, on the desktop, this thing called oil change notes. Maybe you did an oil change a month ago. Let's say we're doing a brake job, and you want to take notes while you're working on your brakes. You can do, brake job notes, and then you could say, today 6/16, I broke both front caliper bolts.
Bad day.
Bad day. But but the bike's not finished, right? But then let's say you end up having to get the computers. Okay, you're going to say it's a desktop. So we have now that you have this little idea of, okay, you have notes on the desktop from your brake job. Also, with your computer, you're going to have 2 different directories you're going to have access to. You'll have the MotoGarage public and then your own private drive. Your own private drive, you can store your own documents that'll be only accessible by you. Let's say current projects document or whatever you want, pictures of your bike or whatever. And then the MotoGarage public, we're still hashing this out. The idea is that this is going to be a read-only, upload-only folder where you can upload documents to it, or you can read documents. You can't delete or edit. Why do you say that? Well, this would be the spot for, let's say you had a spot for manuals, right? And you're working on a Kawasaki and a 650R. Someone uploads a 650R manual, you can now access it and use it and share it with your community. You can do that kind of stuff. Okay, so now that's nothing new there, and we're going to go ahead and log off for the day because we're done. Now remember, we made that the brake job notes or whatever, and then now we're going to move over to this second computer. Let's say this is a different bay. Let's say you came the next day and the only bay available was bay 4 or whatever. The idea is you want to take off. You want it to have that same kind of environment, the same feeling. Hey, this is my computer. Oh, okay. Well, look, now on your second computer, your notes are still there. So now this is what we did. Let's just say the other day. So now you can say, okay, well, let's say you came back that same day or whatever. Finished brake job, new front pads, new bolts from shop. So now you updated that existing file that was saved in another computer, but because you like this one, it moved over. So now you have that idea of a computer that, when you walk, doesn't matter what bay you end up using, doesn't matter where you go, your experience will be the same. And it'll feel like that customized personal experience. So let's say you change your background to a motorcycle or whatever you're doing, or you save notes, or your favorites in your favorite browser, that kind of thing. It'll move over for you. And so that's kind of the prototype of where we're at. We'll something obviously more polished once the shop opens, but that's where we're at.
Yeah, and hopefully you guys can hear me. Yeah, that's perfect. Now this is definitely one of the neat things I'm super excited for. The ability to pick up exactly where you left off, even if you switched bays. I think we're however many bays we start with, but there's a chance you're going to have the exact bay. But be able to pick up exactly where you left off with. Then also to access, use your manuals. Throw something, let's say you have your own specific user manual. Let's say you order a parts list. You make it, you create the parts list, you put an order in, you can put it in your private drive. And so it's another way to make the shop feel like you're really a part of it. And that was the goal behind this. And I think it's going to be really neat. And that's a really big achievement. We've been discussing roaming profiles and how we're going to make it work for months. And Mark finally got it everything ironed out, and it is very, very neat. So thank you, Mark. That's terrific. We're excited about it. So lastly, that's really about it. We wanted to kind of introduce you guys to Mr. Sokol tonight, and then talk to Mark about the roaming profiles. As we're obviously getting into the summer, we're just as antsy as you guys are in terms of when are we getting the shop, when are we moving in. Unfortunately, we don't have anything ironclad we can say out loud right now. The developers understand. The developers who are on our team know the kind of the background information, but well, as soon as we put ink to paper, we're going to make a big announcement. Is the rule. We've got an 80% rule, but a couple of things have to be 100%.
And we are actively searching.
What's that?
We're actively searching.
Yes, we've got
We're making some moves.
Yes, we're inching near. So the next 30 to 40 days are going to be very exciting. We've got some other stuff on top of getting really close to securing a shop. That's behind the curtains that hopefully we can release in the next month and a half. So stay tuned. The summer's going to be fun, and our goal is still the 2015 opening day. And once we do get the shop, we'll explain to you how the operation is going to start. We're kind of switching gears internally and determining how this is going to roll out. How we're going to do a phase rollout. We'll get to that point, all that fun stuff later. But bear with us, stay tuned. And yeah, that's what we got. So to end it, I think Lauren's got something real quick to say.
Yeah, so basically, like we said before, always keep checking on the Facebook and on the MotoGarage calendar, because we try to put as many events that we're going to attend, or events that we hear about, or that events that Ryder Shop or Hawk kindly educates us about. We're going to try, especially with this hopefully nice weather coming up. We'll keep you updated, and we hope to see you, you know, at all of them. The next one I believe we're attending is next weekend, starts Thursday, I want to say the 25th, the Thursday night Moto Blot. There should be a couple of us in attendance, so, you know, look for us there, and we can't wait to meet you all. I can't wait to start partying, or, well, I can't wait to start partying, and I can't wait to start planning the parties. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to be a liar on YouTube. No, I can't wait to start planning all the fun parties and all the good social events, and really bring the social aspect of this mixed with the community, mixed with education, and all in one nice little package. So we're excited.
Nicely put.
That's why we keep laughing.
Yes. Lauren's got a lot of neat stuff coming. You know, a lot of neat stuff she's dreaming up, and you know, once we have a facility and we're able to have a physical location, we're gonna do some really fun stuff. So thank you, Lauren. But with that, no, thank you for tuning in tonight. You know, we appreciate it, and you know, the emails we get from you guys, you know, whether it be facilities you've seen that are for rent or ideas that you have, are entirely welcome, and we love it. So keep it coming, and we'll update you guys on some stuff as soon as we figure some stuff out. So thank you so much.
Have a good night.
Thanks, guys.